Hello, my friends. I haven't done a video in a long time. I've been super busy, extremely overwhelmed, working for the man, getting taxes paid, everything, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. However, today I'm making a video and I'm titling it Cause and Effect. I'm going to define both, and going out to my homeboy in CoinSpice who quit crypto today. So I have a feeling that he's feeling a little bit the effect. He's looking at the world and he's feeling like, damn, look at all this stuff. Look at all these things that I can't change, or even if I tried to change, it would still be so hard. I just couldn't be at cause over those things. I'm so much the effect of a world that I don't really agree with, and I 100% think the same way. I'm sure so many people do. You see things in the world and you feel like, I'm not in control of that. How could I become in control of that? Or and you sort of become the effect of it. And I think that when things seem like they're all bad and you're having a bad day, bad week, bad life, bad lifetime, bad string of lifetimes, perhaps a bad a bad cycle of karma, which is very long. What's happening is, like, we're feeling like we're the effect, like things are happening to us that we don't like, and we'd like to become cause, and we'd like to control things to match our own intentions and to materialize and bring about what it is that we perceive as being more ideal. And it's a long road to take control of everything, but I know where you can start. And I want to start with cause and effect. Cause is the source of some kind of an action, the one that originates or controls the destiny of something. That's really where you want to be, except sometimes it doesn't seem that way when you get blamed for bad stuff, when you do things that don't work out very good for you. And some people even have harmful things that they would like to cause. So cause is always getting confused, and by philosophers for thousands of years, finally some of them just say, you know what, we're not at cause over anything, we're just the effect. So I wish to delineate that essentially effect means, some other thing is controlling you, and cause is where you take control. So we have the dichotomy of all human thought. What can I control, cause, and what can't I control, which is effect. So the degree of personal control that you can take is the degree of cause, and the degree of things that you give up on is what you're the effect of. In philosophy, you have two main schools of thought, two main ideas. One of them guided towards application of an increase in control, of personal control and responsibility, and taking one's own destiny into one's own hands, and the good and the bad that comes with it, and the pain and the laughter that comes with it. And on the other side, and that this could be philosophies that are held in, or ideas that are under the causative aspect of philosophy, things like individualism, spirituality, that kind of stuff where you're doing personal improvement, where you are teaching another man to fish, not necessarily fishing for him. This is all the philosophy of how a person can gain a greater control over his own destiny. And anything under that sort of desire to control in a good way towards your own intention, your own perceived ends, is a causative philosophy. And the opposite of that would be, kind of like Greek apatheos, apathy. The apathy of giving up and saying, like you see the gambler will do this, a poker player. He says, oh, my cards are responsible for what's happening. So he blames his bad luck on his cards. He's the effect. And actually that's blaming a material item for his own situation. And he's given up control. And his results will be non-desirable. And so this is actually materialism. This is the other side. Under materialism, you will find such philosophies as communism. Capitalism is also a materialistic philosophy, just so you know. Both are completely unworkable, but also both have some form of workability to it. But neither one is personal responsibility. So think carefully about what I'm saying. I'm not getting down on all these things, but I'm just saying capitalism and communism are both materialism, and they both lead to death for all of those who are involved. But a modified form of capitalism I can get behind, and minarchy and things like that, exchange, production, all of those things I think are fantastic. But the idea that an individual is not in control of his own production is or is not in control of what happens to him and his destiny, or that someone else is in control and he's not. This is basically materialism, okay? And you'll find it in, like I said, communism, capitalism, socialism. You find it in people who just believe in nothing. I think it's nihilism. Is that right? Nihilism? Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, people who don't believe in a higher power. People who... Now, I'm not saying you need to believe in God, but if you don't believe in God, you probably don't believe in yourself. So, minimizing your own strengths. All these things are what happens to a person who's becoming materialistic, okay? So, essentially what we have in cryptocurrency is you have individuals, the majority of them are very materialistic, and they're actually following a materialistic philosophy of, in BTC, they're saying, me, gimme. I want to receive, and get as much as I can for self, because at the end of the game, I'm going to die, and there's going to be nothing, and there's no consequence, and I don't want to give out anything either, right? So, on the material aspect thing, you have this idea of like, you're just really the effect of your surroundings. All you can do is try to be less of an effect, okay? And those types of things are very depressing. When you read the newspaper, that's what they tell you all the time, is that there's a whole bunch of shit going down over here that you can't do anything about. That's what the whole banking system is designed to do. That's what, unfortunately, the world and your school and everything you learn, every single thing is almost geared towards this materialism, where you have to agree with an authority who has perceived the world in a particular way and is now telling you the way that reality is for you. And the opposite side of that is where you are causative and you can view reality the way that you see it. And sometimes it's pretty negative. But it's a long road, and one has to continue to adjust one's reality. And so my advice to Kelso is not to quit. or not to join either. I don't really think joining or quitting is really a good explanation of really natural state of affairs. Those are both like not really, it's not really the isness or the reality, but the reality is to continue towards seeing the world as you see it, okay, and to spend time to be able to crystallize an ideal world without being thrown off by all of the impossible obstacles that you perceive through, for example, the overwhelming manipulation of crypto prices and why they're just going to crash Bitcoin prices and why Bitcoin Cash will always have problems and all this kind of stuff. Actually, the thing that you got to look further down the road for is that one day, when things are, sort of in an agorist sort of way, with sort of maybe like a counter market, that's where one of the coins can break off and no longer become subject to fiat gains and losses. But for now, that's how it is, bro. That's how it is. And to feel overwhelmed because of that, don't be. The whole thing is to produce more and to share more with others value, and then to use the Bitcoin Cash as a symbol for that production, okay? And in that way, even though it seems small, like a little grain of sand in a beach of overwhelm, every transaction that you do is a little piece of value that you provide. And in that way, we're going to build, a really a proper, fair, equitable, economy. And so, in my mind, yeah, like if you could look around at all the bad stuff in the world and get overwhelmed and cry about it, hell, you should, man. You should. But then, when you're done crying, you need to pick yourself up and go and meditate or go take a walk, and you got to think about, what do you want to see? How do you want to see it? Not so much worrying about how you're going to get there, or how impossible it might seem, but it's to take those actions, no matter how small, and to continue to find actions that, even if they took a long time, they would forward that purpose, okay? And there's a lot of very good people out there who want fair markets and better production, and there's a lot of people that just need people like you to sort of keep them in the game long enough to gain enough confidence so that one day they'll feel like, man, you know what? I really want to contribute to the world too. I want to help improve the world. And so that's why I'm saying, don't quit, and don't think that you're not causing positive effects. You are, and you have been. And if you want to create better effects in the world, then meditate on it or think about it, and think about what effects you really would like to produce into the world. And definitely don't give in to all the negativity and say, well, I could never produce that effect because look at all the negative materialism that's out there today that I'm the effect of, right? And I don't know, man. I'll make a couple more videos and try and cheer you up, punk. All right, take care. Hey, by the way, Bitcoin Cash ATMs, man, they're really expensive. I think I bought $50 worth of Bitcoin Cash at an ATM at the gas station, and I had like a $7 fee on $50. Crazy, man, crazy. Coinbase is looking good right about now. All right, say hi to me below, talk to me, leave me some comments. Take care.